All right, g'day legends. Okay, we may have had the shortest ceasefire in history, as there are currently Iranian missiles already in the air. There was a wave of 8 to 10, and now we've had another wave of them coming back. So I have absolutely no idea. There's been sirens, there's been more launches again. So I have absolutely no idea. Just wait. They won't even let me have a shower. So, look, this is what is being reported. This is what I've seen, is that there was another launch. Apparently they got intercepted, and then we've just had another launch again. So I have absolutely no idea. One thing I did say was the biggest issue that Iran has had with their missiles is actually the suppression of their transport erector launchers, of the launching system itself. Because Israel had so much drones and planes and everything over Iran, as soon as any of that came out, it just got whacked straight away. But this ceasefire gave the ability, well, what was at least promised, was the ability for all the Israeli drones and aircraft to leave the airspace. Then it may give a lot more success for Iran to have large strikes. Now, how long will it take for Israel to get the F-16s, 15s and 35s back over Iran? Probably a while. You know, you're talking half an hour, maybe an hour. And at the same time, maybe they've pulled out more air defense too. So I don't. If you don't know what's going on right now, I don't know either. Okay. I was in the shower listening to Sabrina Carpenter. Next thing, I've got a million people messaging me going, Willie, hurry up. So I'll wait to see if Trump releases anything. Jason Wissinger, thank you for becoming a Mega Willie. I'll just open up all my pages to try and get an idea of what is going on. Yeah, it's hard to know, guys, but it seems like in the last 20, 30 minutes, it's fallen apart. And as I said, there's a dirty reason, but there could be real reasoning for that. As I explained, that all of Iran's air defense, everything, once you lose your airspace, it's almost impossible to regain it. But Israel moved everything back out of Iranian airspace due to the ceasefire, and then nothing's being suppressed. Maybe Iran has gone, yeah, that was our play. Now we want to strike everything. So maybe it's just final strikes, but that's not really how this works. Maybe Iran is going off the Trump 6 hours, which we know still isn't up. There's probably 2 hours left. The ceasefire was said to have already begun. So, explosions, interceptions seen in the sky over central Israel. Sirens all over Tel Aviv. Someone says Netanyahu's sure crashing out right now. Additional ballistic launches. So, well, people, when they say Iran didn't agree, that's not really true. The foreign minister said, unless you strike, we won't. Air alerts have expanded to Jerusalem, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Tel Aviv, so all the way through central and southern Israel now too. God, everyone's back. We had a big goodbye saying I probably won't be live for a few more months until something happens. And this is what we've got. I can't see anything. Trump hasn't posted anything yet. I'm monitoring as many pages as I can, guys. Right, so Axios is reporting The Iran-Israeli ceasefire will begin in approximately an hour and a half. Likely additional wave of ballistics. So, yeah, remember when we said, why is it ceasefiring now? That Trump still had, like there was still time on Trump's 6 hours. Maybe they're taking and using every part of that. Ceasefire is in 1 hour and 17. Let's set a countdown timer, okay? Let's see if anyone actually holds to this time. So we've got the countdown timer set on the phone. Where is it? And we will see. So we were always suspicious on that like ceasefire that went into place. So we will see. Anyway, thanks for being back, legends. We have 1,100 viewers, but only 100 likes. So jump in and like it if you'd like. Oh, this is just... So Israeli interceptors are off. It seems like the first wave was intercepted. Thanks again, dude. Were you drinking coffee? No, I was in the shower, bro. I was in the shower. And then my phone, I could hear my phone on my desk because I have a heap of people that message me in case I'm asleep or busy or something, in case things happen. And then my phone was going off. I'm like, what is it now? And then, well, this. But thank you, HG Cupcakes. Remember, guys, we have 200 likes and 1,100 viewers. Just hit like, thumbs up, bottom, left or right. That helps a lot. Okay, reports are 1 impact in central Israel. Dude, I'm pretty sure AMK mapping has slept through this entire craziness. Bailey Bressler says, because the last few rounds of missiles made a huge difference, guys. Well, yeah, they haven't made a huge difference, but it can if everything then is off the table. Again, we will see. Trump's 6 hours still has, according to me, an hour and 14 minutes to go. So they might be working on that. Maybe. The Pickle says, as Grandpa would say, there is a big difference from peace and a lasting peace. Seems a bit of the former rather than latter, sadly. I agree, mate. It does. Johnny Michael, God love you, Willie. Thank you, brother. Hope that you're doing well. I hope everything is good. Wow, as well as it can be in Canada with all the issues going on at the moment. Hello from Finland. G'day, Iron Maiden. Finland, fantastic. So, let's have a look. So, yep, Iranian ballistic missile has impacted in Beersheba again, in southern Israel. Murphy, thank you for the donation, says, thank you for the analysis since this all started. Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you, Murphy, and thank you for the reminder to the other listeners and viewers out there. Remember, guys, because we start and stopped the live stream, we lose our position in the algorithm. So jump in the chat, hit like, that helps us move our way up. Willie goes offline, ceasefire breaks. What does that tell you? Yeah, it means that they're all watching my YouTube, but we will see 1 hour, 13-minute countdown until it's over. Apparently, Trump is still glazing himself on truth.com. So this is the commentary page here, but this doesn't share absolutely everything. Well, I don't wonder why this doesn't just share. They should just share everything from there. So we'll continue updating. We'll see if there's any other Truth Social posts. So, yeah, there's more more coming on everything. DeMarcus says, well, that was quick. Good luck with chemo, mate. Thank you, DeMarcus007. Appreciate that, man. Trump came to me almost simultaneously and said, peace. I knew the time was now. The world, the Middle East, and the real winners. Both nations will see tremendous love, peace, and prosperity in their futures. They have so much to gain and yet so much to lose if they stray from the road of righteousness and truth. The future of Israel and Iran is unlimited and filled with great promise. God bless you both. But on the other hand, we have currently... Oh, where was my other one? This going on in Beersheba. Now, Trump's original 6 hours is not up. It's not up. But we did believe that it was agreed to being early. So people are reporting direct hit on a 7-story building in Beersheba. Do you think Iran has made a valiant effort, or was this all facilitated dogfight of nations, China, Russia, actually helping Iran? Not really. Those nations aren't helping that much. As far as a valiant effort, they got very surprised and suppressed very quickly, and have, I guess, got off what they can do, but far less than everyone expected. Yes, saying they can complete their already planned missions. Yes, but we believe that it came in early. We believe that it was proposed that Iran that they do a ceasefire early. We believe that was agreed to, and then it seems like no, the old time was true. So it's, wait, what the fuck? We're back. Yes, we are. Cassidy Haynes, thank you on the PayPal. I really appreciate that very much. Right, I'm still trying to find if there's any more information coming through. Remember, update 1 hour, 10 minutes until Trump's time on ceasefire. Someone asked, do you think Russia benefits more or less from prolonged war here? Benefits more for sure. A lot of air defense gets used and a lot of eyes off their campaign, their war in Ukraine as well. Okay, alarms in Dead Sea and Negev regions. Remember, that's where some Israeli nuclear sites are as well. Well, allegedly. Someone says we are so back. Right, I'm just trying to update everything, guys, see if we can get anything new. So, yeah, Iranian ballistic in Beersheba. This looks like 2 strikes to me. This looks separate to over here. Yeah, some say 1. That looks like 2 to me. Let me know if you agree or not. Someone says US can fight 2 fronts easy. They can, but it does mean that there's going to be less availability of equipment, which we have already seen massively, and oil will go up if this war starts too, what helps Russia. Someone says this post-ceasefire. Well, it was a post the ceasefire that we thought, but it's still it's still before Trump's ceasefire. So, again, we're not sure what is going on, because remember, we had a lot of fog around what is this ceasefire, because it was told 6 hours, okay? And then it seemed like the ceasefire got brought forward 3 hours, and we went, what is going on here? And then it seemed like everything stopped, and then we had more strikes.
I don't.
So, yeah, some are saying the Ayatollah is dead. Again, I'm unsure on that. We'll keep up to date and see if that actually is at any point confirmed or not. Remember, guys, if you're in here, hit like. We have less than a quarter of your viewers have actually liked this, guys. So, yeah, jump in, hit like, see how we can go. So this is impact in Beersheba. Oh, sorry, clicked off. So those who are saying the ceasefire is in an hour, yeah, well, this is the thing. We thought it was actually we thought the time frame was brought forward slightly, but it seems like it hasn't been. Because it's still within Trump's time frame. Trump's time frame. We have a countdown is 1 hour and 6 minutes, according to myself. So again, we may see. But we did have news that there was some level of early ceasefire take place. Sorry, that was my phone being super loud. He can restart when he wants. He's Trump. Well, I don't know. Some are saying Ayatollah's dead. Look, that would be one of the only things that would make sense for Israel to accept any ceasefire, honestly. Will his coffee break outlasted the ceasefire? My shower outlasted the ceasefire. So guys, we still have a quarter to a third of the actual viewers not liked here. Remember, hit thumbs up. Let's see what other pages are then suggesting of what is actually going on. Maybe we will just see it go for this next hour. So this is some footage here in Beersheba. Yep. I'm not sure how loud that actually is for you guys. Security camera footage, impact, Iran trying to get the last punch before the ceasefire takes place. Right. So the ceasefire isn't in place yet, but people said it was. Ceasefire takes effect here. We've got a countdown timer for 1 hour. So we can see strike over here. Direct impact in Beersheba. So, again, what we then may see is everything that can be fired over the next hour. So the next hour could get very, very out of hand. Trump's statement on the ceasefire times was a bit cryptic over there's 6 hours, then 12 hours, then 12 hours. Little bit cryptic. It does look like they have to be ceasefire. They can fire for 6 hours, and then after that it has to be 12 hours of nothing, 12 hours of nothing. It seems weird. So, sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with what is actually going on at the moment. Remember, we have the countdown going. It is now 1 hour and 2 minutes. So, aftermath of the latest impact here. Oh, sorry. I was already on the right screen. So, we have massive amounts of damage. This is in Beersheba. This was a direct impact. So IDF has said now people can leave their bunkers or leave hardened facilities. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. DeMarcus said what happened in Iraq. There was some Iranian-backed as well as other strikes go through Iraq, Qatar, etc. So there was plenty of that. That's all still foggy too, exactly. There was warning in some areas from Iran too. So we will wait and see exactly what comes over the next hour. Do you think that we're going to see more Iranian strikes in their final hour of being able to? Well, it's not being able to, hour of almost permitted to, if that makes sense. With rising Baloch unrest in Pakistan, Kurd separatism and Azeri gains against Armenia, could Iran see an ethnic uprising amid regional instability? They definitely could. I think there's been a reliance on uprisings domestically, but I also don't know. What happened to the US military base in Iraq? No news. It looks like there was a radar hit, but otherwise everything else was intercepted. That radar could have been debris as well. So what do we think? The next hour, are we going to see continued strikes? Will there be someone says the question should be, will there be a ceasefire at all? So Trump hasn't posted anything yet. Again, it's still within his time frame. So that will be the big thing, Legends, is in exactly 1 hour. Or maybe it's a bit less than 1 hour, but let's sort of say exactly 1 hour. If anything gets fired after that, we know it's breaking ceasefire. So, yes, 7 a.m. So it's actually a little bit less than that. It's more like 58 minutes. Let me reset my timer. Right, so 58 minutes till Trump's time is ended. Truno Rana said, I hate ceasefires. How many has the US, Israel done that work? Yeah, not many. So I guess we will wait and see what exactly then unfolds over the next 58 minutes. Remember, it takes 5-6 minutes for those missiles to leave Iran and enter Israel. So as far as ceasefires, if something's fired before the siren and then it goes in, I'm going to say that's probably broken. Ceasefire, so the ceasefire wasn't broken. Well, the one that everyone reported, so pro-Israeli, pro-Iranian groups, they all reported that there was the ceasefire. Israeli outlets say 1 hour till the ceasefire takes effect. So, again, the initial ceasefire that was said, that everyone reported on, that because they brought it forward, that initial one definitely was broken, but Trump's isn't. It's not people say it's a time zone thing, not really. Time zone, even in different time zones, 6 hours is 6 hours. I know Trump doesn't understand time zones. Remember when he was talking about like you won't see grandma in hospital or something? So wait and see. I know that there are pages reporting that Ayatollah's killed. I don't know. It's high. That is very speculative at the moment. But maybe, in my opinion, the only thing that seems like that could be true is that Israel has agreed to a ceasefire without reaching any of their goals, any of their stated goals. So if he's not dead, I don't know. But we'll see if there's proof of life on himself. I haven't seen many any official channels really reporting it. I've just seen a lot of speculation regarding that. But there's a lot of speculation. What is the doctrine on time zones? Did the British create them? well, it was Greenwich Mean Time, but time zones doesn't. Well, Trump said 6 hours, so it would be 6 hours from that point, regardless of what your time zone says. That's how I would take it. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I haven't ever been involved in a ceasefire like that. Sorry, I'm writing something. Right, didn't have 6 hours to finish missions, yes, but if you're in the last live stream and have been following this, many people have suggested that it was it was brought 3 hours forward. Can we get a recap on events? Yeah, I guess so. Trump said he negotiated a ceasefire, which still has 53 minutes left on it, but everyone said that it was brought forwards and about 3 hours. So it seemed like nothing happened and everything had ended and gone very quiet. And then we'd seen Iran start striking. Shepard says, is the nothing ever happens meme defeated or something happen? No, it's not defeated yet, but I'd say wait on that because it might be soon. Some people saying there was never a ceasefire. Well, the Iranian foreign minister said, unless you strike, we won't strike back, or words to that effect. And then both Israel and Iranian pages said that it had been brought forward and done early. So, look, in effect, there was, to a degree, there absolutely was. How official was it? We don't know, but we know everything went quiet and everything left the airspaces. We had videos of Israeli fighter jets leaving. So I guess, but Trump's is still 6 hours. So Trump's hasn't been broken. Someone says, Willie is an Israeli operation. Sure. So I'm just scrolling Trump's truth.com. There's nothing new on there. There hasn't been any more footage yet. This is some of the damage in Beersheba. What do we think? Do we think that the ceasefire in 51 minutes, do we believe that that will actually be held up or not? Just want to bring up a couple of other things that we monitor as well. Right, so we'll just bring up the oil just in case. We'll monitor some of these Australian accounts. And Shirana says, why doesn't the US just offer $50K to every Iranian citizen if they change their regime or a monetary regime change? Also, nothing ever happened during World War II for the majority of people on Earth. Why doesn't the US offer $50,000 to Iranian citizens, to every Iranian citizen? My maths isn't that strong, but 50,000 times 92 million or 93 million, US does not have that money. US can't give 50 grand to every one of their own citizens. They're in massive debt. So, yeah, no. That's trillions of dollars. Remember, America gave $500 or whatever it was to people in Hawaii caught in those terrible natural disasters too. More missiles incoming from what I have just been sent across. Right, so ballistic missiles. Now, Ozin is saying that they have now officially violated set by President Trump. I don't believe he's correct. I think he's incorrect. According to ours is 7 a.m. Tel Aviv time. So it's 11 past, I believe, in 11 past 6, I believe, in Tel Aviv right now. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, please. But I believe that there still are 49 minutes left on the ceasefire. So there's more launches underway, as you can see here, all over from Khan Yunis through to Netanya at the moment. So IDF, yep, more launches. Yeah, some saying, yeah, people saying about like money for the US. The US cannot give that. The US does not have anywhere near that amount of money. They can just print it. They want regime change and control oil to protect petrodollar, at least in my judgment. No, Mr. Rayner, they can't just print that much money. They cannot print that. It would make the USD worthless if they did that. Like if the US just printed 50,000 US dollars per 92 million people, one, the US would have a regime change because Americans would revolt against giving another state more money than most Americans have, significantly more money than most Americans have, and it would mean that the USD would turn into nothing. Iraq cost trillions. You are correct. So did someone write how much 50,000 times 92 million is? I think someone said 4.5 trillion or something. Okay, 3 critically injured at Beersheba. 1 is currently receiving CPR, from what I've been getting told. All right, so these should be only a few minutes away, and see if we see interceptions or strikes. But I will say everyone thought that this was... whether the ceasefire was officially in place or not, okay, whether it was officially in place or not, regardless, everyone believed that it had started. Everyone believed that it had actually started. $1.15 trillion, yeah. That would just create a nightmare for the US economy. And it would lose USD hegemony instantly too. So still footage coming out of the damage. So 2 minutes ago, more missile launches. Again, whatever Iran can get off, if Iran is serious, if they are serious, and there's a big if on that, I know, gentlemen, but if Iran is serious about ceasefire, we will see them shoot off everything they can get off in this time. And what we do know is they may have been able to get a lot more of their launches out while the airspace was somewhat clear. Now, remember, legends, we have 1,000, almost exactly 1,000 likes and 3,400 viewers. Please, guys, bottom left, bottom right, costs you nothing, helps me out massively. Just hit the thumbs up button and push us up because, of course, we started and stopped the stream, so we lost our position in the algorithm. Of course, that is very important. Just hit like. Let's bump up to try and get at least close to that. Mr. Raynar says, I'm being serious in terms of costs. It just costs trillions regime change in Iraq. It will cost trillions regime change in Iran unless they pay them directly. The difference is the $9 trillion, I believe, that the wars previously cost, that goes into paying US soldiers, paying guys in the military-industrial complex, buying weapons, all of this. A lot of that goes back into the economy. Talking about giving 50 grand to every Iranian citizen, None of that's coming back. It's not in industry. It's not in wages. It's not in nothing. It's a little bit like if America sends $1 billion in cash to Ukraine, that's nowhere near as effective to the US economy, or it does nothing for the US economy, it's just gone, rather than spending $1 billion into its own industry to then make weapons to go. Right, so I'm still trying to just keep up on everything, guys. There's a lot going on. The fog of war is unbelievable at the moment. Unbelievable. Again, let's keep that chat moving, guys. We're above 100 a minute, which is what we want. We're waiting on these strikes to come in. This said 1 minute ago. Surely it's not another wave of strikes. The ceasefire time for Trump has now gone into effect. They violated their time. I don't think that they have. I'm pretty sure that it was 7 a.m. Still an hour. Yeah, there's still an hour left. How do people... Guys, time zones does not mean it's... The time goes forward. That it is 1300 here in Australia. That does not mean that the ceasefire came into effect in the future here. No. The ceasefire was 6 hours from the point he posted that, which means that there is then 43 minutes left. George Whitlow, much love. Thank you, Georgie, on the PayPal, brother. I really appreciate that. Okay, there are more red alerts at the moment in Tel Aviv. Okay, more red alerts popping up everywhere. Six hours is 6 hours. Yeah, exactly. Sadly, 3 people have been pronounced dead at the scene in Beersheba. So this is one of the problems when people, we as well, we understood that the ceasefire was in place, that it had been brought forward, and obviously not. So people may not have been, ready to go bunkers, etc. And Mr. E says no war, only military operations at borders again. Maybe so, but I think it's likely we're going to see more war. And look, in my opinion, okay, I think the guns might fall silent for a little bit, or the planes might, missiles might. But realistically, I don't think this is going anywhere. It hasn't for the last 1,000 years. Why do we think this would now? Trust me, there's been way more competent leaders before trying to have peace here than, yeah. So, yeah, back in hardened facilities for everyone in Israel currently. There's more red alerts all over Tel Aviv at the moment. Studio Rayner says, in the end, debt still needs to be paid by the taxpayers. Destroying American weapons valued 500 times it costs to make shouldn't be calculated as 500 times cost. That's the issue with the military-industrial complex. Yes, the military spends way more money on systems like a pair of pants that you buy on Civvy Street cost $100. Same pants for the military to buy them will cost triple. It's a well-known fact. That's why everyone wants to do a military contract. Right, we are waiting. I'm just going to go back to my head for a minute. Let's see if there's any updates here. Thanks, guys, on the likes. We're almost halfway for the views to like, so let's bump that up. Okay, some of these other pages, I think they've logged off because they thought that it was in effect. Right, alarms, Central Israel right now. Right. Let's have a look. Sirens. There's a third ballistic salvo from Iran as we speak. More alarms in. More alarms down in the desert too. Right, we are cutting it to the wire, boys. We have 41 minutes left. 41 minutes left. Wow. Reed. Can we get some W's, please, for Reed? Just wait. I just want to refresh this before we go over that, just in case. Reedy, brother, thank you very, very much. Reedy says, thanks for all your hard work. Hopefully this conflict resolves quickly for the sake of civilians in the region. Thanks again, mate. Reedy, brother, I can't thank you enough. That really, really helps me out. There's no reason to ever make a donation that big, but I really do appreciate it, guys. Please, the ads are on these videos. You don't need to donate. Of course, I appreciate it. I'm not going to say no, but thank you very much. And Reed, I know that's you've had a couple of donations, so thank you very much. That keeps me going, especially when I have time off during my chemo rounds. Thank you, Reed. Right, still waiting on any of these further updates. Someone said Trump has deleted his tweet. I haven't seen that or his truth. Footage of... So the building damage in Negev. Right, still waiting. Still waiting on everything. Remember, countdown timer, 39 minutes to go. God, my phone screen's dirty. 39 minutes, okay? If I knew how to get a timer up on the screen, I would do it, but I have no idea. Alarms now sounding, central Israel. Right, 30, clear, 39:00, set, start. Right, now we now have a timer that we can move across to if needed. This is going to be counting down how long the ceasefire has. And we can click back and forth. Joe Rayner says Israel will benefit a lot since everyone will forget about the Palestinians because World War III almost started. Social media diplomacy is a circus. Social media diplomacy is a circle, but as far as a circus, I do agree. But as far as the informational war there and online and people's opinion, Israel has absolutely lost that in especially younger generations. And that's why I have raised concern. I've raised the red flag going, I'm concerned about this, of whence the generation, say like my generation or above, comes into then politics in major countries, how are they going to view Israel? It's going to be very, very, very weird. We will see. So again, we're not getting that many updates at the moment, but wait, we do expect these to come through very, very soon. So if there's anything I'm missing that you guys haven't seen, please let me know. So Trump is still posting bits and pieces like this. Bro, I wish I had the audacity to just post AI oil paintings of myself. Trump was right about everything. Well, not ending the war in Ukraine in a day. So again, we will see how this looks in at 1 hour, okay? Now, guys, we have 1,600 likes, 3,700 viewers. Thumbs up, bottom, left or right. Let's wait and see. How long have we got? 37 minutes and 15 seconds until this goes into effect, I believe, at least close enough to that. Wondering Court, thank you, says, if money was important, Vlad would not be steamrolling the Ukrainian army as we speak. What matters is production, propaganda, and people. Well, industrial capacity, but attritional war, protracted war is at the end of the day an economic battle. That's what it is. Deno Motos says, I think Iranian leadership is foolish to keep participating in diplomacy with Trump and Israel. This would end badly for them. It's like having a pet scorpion. See, I don't agree. I think if they can play diplomacy and stay in power long enough, that they will have a massive political victory. Steph Smith, again, they don't have to win. They just have to survive. Steph Smith says Trump's post says Iran starts ceasefire at the 6-hour mark and Israel at the 12-hour mark. Is that why Iran is saying they've not agreed and will not strike unless attacked first? Trump's post, mate, is cryptic. I don't get what he means. It sounds like both starts in 6 hours, but then there's 12 hours following where they have to see to it. Again, I don't know. It is cryptic. I've tried to read it a million bloody times, but it does read like that. It does read like Israel can strike beyond, which is ridiculous if that was incorrect. Because if that was correct, because that's just not how something like that actually works. Masson Hayden says, thanks, Billy, on the PayPal. Thank you very, very much, brother. What is this? Okay, so there's been multiple people killed in Beersheba after the missiles slammed into that. And we've heard that 3 people sadly have been killed by then that missile in Beersheba. We showed you the impact of that before. We're still waiting on some level of confirmation unless we have strikes from this wave or if they have been intercepted. They should be in the airspace by now at the speed that they travel. And we see this 3 killed impact of Iranian ballistic on apartment in Beersheba. So sadly at the 11th hour, or not even that, with only 35 minutes to go, God, if anyone's in Israel listening to this, there's odds that it may end. It may end in 34 minutes. Just stay in you've been in your bunker for 2 weeks. Just stay in there for another week. Another week. Oh my God. Another 34 minutes. We hope it ends in 34 minutes, but I think it's still unlikely. So footage from the scene in Beersheba, massive impact here. As well from Roger Hillard on the PayPal. Thank you very much, Rog. Appreciate that, brother. So people are saying now, sadly, it's actually raised now to 8 deaths in this strike, apparently. Sadly, 8 deaths is being reported. There's at least three confirmed, but some are reporting now 8. Right, we'll continue monitoring the situation, guys, as we go. Remember, we are in the absolute last throes here. God, it reminds me of when there was set war at the end with Germany and France and people dying in the last minutes. Given that they have bunkers, I think they're creating the circumstances where they'd need bunkers. They call it bunker fallacy. Well, you don't want circumstances where you need a bunker either. And a lot of those bunkers, though, remember, a lot of the hardened facilities and whatever in Israel are not built for ballistics. They are built for things like the Hamas rockets, rather. So a direct impact can collapse some of those too, but still much, much more safe in there than anywhere else. Heavy says every damn time you stop streaming. Yes, I know, Heavy. Every time I stop streaming, everything happens. Either I stream or go to bed, and next thing, everything goes. Apologies if I said Iranians. I meant... see, these are saying 3 civilians, 3 Israeli civilians. Some are reporting 8 Israeli civilians have sadly lost their lives in this attack. Which is one of, if not the most deadly missile attack so far. Again, legends, there is no reason to, well, not no reason, sorry. There is a lot of chance that this is not the end either, that it just continues. Yeah, there is real chance that it just keeps rolling. I will wonder if we start seeing Israeli responses on this. Okay, so I'm going to say that third wave, although I haven't seen it, that third wave may have been intercepted. The third wave was fired I want to say 11, 12 minutes ago. 11 minutes ago. Again, wait, but it does seem like those should be there by now. Surprised Russia has been so quiet. It makes sense for Russia to be quiet on this. They get a lot of benefit out of this to do with oil and air defense and even just optics. All the world's media is now watching this. They're not watching what's happening in Ukraine. Like, there was a mass drone and missile strike in Ukraine last night and no one even knows about it. Right, still waiting, guys. So the missiles the ballistics can take 6 to say 15 minutes to arrive, depending on types of missiles too. Drones take much longer. The drones take hours. So within the time frame, which the time frame at the moment is 30 minutes, so half an hour left until it should take effect. We likely won't see any drones then launch towards Israel because they won't get there in time for it. But we could still see final ballistic strikes, and we'll be watching the clock because at that final 15 minutes, maybe we'll see more there. Jack the Ripper said, just wanted to say all us real humans with empathy and brains appreciate you, Willie. Thank you, brother. He says, you're my number one source when shit hits the fan. Don't let shitheads in the chat bother you. Fuck them. People are going batshit. Thank you, mate. Yes, I try and be as empathetic and humane and remain a human as much as I can. So thank you very much. Aren't all Israeli adults IDF reservists? They have done time, but that does not mean that then they are a military target either. Just being a reservist doesn't mean that you can be targeted. Say, myself, I can be called up for military service for the next couple of years. That does not mean that I can be targeted if Australia went to war. Studio Rayner said it would be really hard for Iran to compete with Israel's KD ratio, and especially what people are talking about down to the south that we are seeing. So let's have a refresh on some of this and see what then is occurring. Only 3 missiles were launched in the latest wave. People are saying, imagine if you saw a couple of hundred fired while the air defense is depleted. So we do know Iran must be having a hard time getting these away. Yeah, it does appear that the wave of 3 has all been intercepted. Natey Thomas, brother, g'day, he says China restricting rare earth, rearm time for the West. Yes, but it's going to be hard without the rare earth materials too that we need. That has a lot to do with magnets and other bits and pieces as well, Nate. But thank you. As far as I'm aware, and I talked to some friends about this yesterday who are far more in the know than you and I, trust me, have said the West is relying on the war being in the 2030s. If it's before then, apparently we're in real strife. Swapper, g'day Swapper, mate. I hope that you are doing well. He says, if this ceasefire doesn't go through, what do you think will happen? If it does go through, what do you think the US will do with all the allocated assets they sent in the past few weeks? Those assets will be moved back either to America or back around China. If it doesn't go through, then there will just be the continued campaign, and they'll try and we'll get better information about those nuclear facilities, and they will be trying to continue on the regime. So Israel will continue with its set goals that it hasn't achieved yet of regime change to a friendly regime and nuclear facilities. That's why I'm surprised that Israel's agreed to this. Posmo said, I think you're wrong, respectfully, Willie. Wrong in relation to what? That's why I'm happy to be wrong, but I'm not sure what in relation to what. Mr. Raynar says India supports Israel because they believe its end time's too low. Something to do with Israel being Shiva. As far as India, I will say, first off, I'm not that sure on India and their relationship with Israel. Someone said another launch. IDF is saying you can leave shelters at this point. Thought the ceasefire was meant to be in effect. No, this is our countdown. Is 26 minutes. There was rumor, at least, that tended to be very, very taken as, the truth, that it was in effect, but it doesn't seem like it at this point. We still have 26 minutes. Joe Mama, thank you for your donation as well. So 26 minutes to go. Let's just refresh this. Some are saying there's other strikes. Vadim Lebedev, thank you on the PayPal as well. Okay, sorry, I am wrong. A 4th barrage of ballistics have been launched towards launched towards Israel by Iran. Eden's Mind, can you confirm Trump deleted his truths? Give me 1 second. I will actually look on my phone. It's easier to do. I just need to turn off this. Right. Give me a second. I'll see if Trump has deleted his truths or not. Many people have actually said that to me. Right. Truth.com. Donald Trump. Let's have a look. As far as I am seeing, let me just keep scrolling. I don't believe that Trump has deleted his truths. Tell me if I'm incorrect in the chat, please, because we'll get 4,000 eyes on that. But I could be incorrect. Maybe mine just hasn't refreshed. Remember, guys, if I miss something, I'm one pair of eyes. You guys, 4,000 of you, you're 4,000 pairs or 8,000 eyes. If there's anything that I miss, please let me know. But we have a fourth barrage. How many missiles is in this? I do not know at this point in time. But we will wait and see, and we'll continue monitoring the situation. Guys, there's over 4,000 of you, but only 1,800 likes. Just hit like, jump in the chat, push us up the algorithm, because we had to stop streaming because we thought everything had ended. Right, sorry, I'm just monitoring some other stuff on my phone currently. Like the feed, Willy watch 4,000 Willy watches. Yeah, exactly. Right, so we're just waiting on this barrage to see then what occurs. Ripple Effect says, repent and be baptized. Thank you for your super chat, brother. I really appreciate that. Right. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to keep up with everything and trying to keep up on the telegrams as well. I can't find a good way to actually bring up Telegram on here, so we'll keep going. Anything you guys see, but please let me know. Right, sorry for ignoring for a minute. Nick, wow, Nick, you do not, again, guys, I do this. You do not have to donate to this. I do it anyway, and this is monetized. I actually believe. Nick says, no hate, mate, but I think your title might be adding to the ceasefire confusion. Love your work. Thanks, and great work you do. Thank you, Nick. It may be, but I think everyone was under the understanding that there was some level of ceasefire. It looked like it was in effect, so we'll see. Alan says, are you allowed to lie on Truth Social? Yeah, well, I think there are some on there. I updated the title to be less, to be more questionable, I guess. So Eden's Mind says 2.3 thousand viewers you had for Ceasefire and 4,000 for war. The people want tiny country, boom, boom. A little bit like that. A little bit like that. Right. So this is the movement of Iranian ballistic missile impact earlier in Beersheba. A ripple effect. Thank you for your well wishes as well. Right. Let's have a look. So we're still waiting. Again, we don't have long until we'll see more strikes or less strikes. As you're aware, I want less strikes. And I know a lot of people want more and more to happen, but we don't want that. Right, let's see if any other pages are sharing what is going on. Joe Mama says, Willie, this cost me an hour's wage, but I love you and your work. You inspire me every day. Brother, thank you very, very much. You do not have to send that to me, but thank you, brother, and I hope that you're having a good time at work, if that's where you are at the moment. Right, we are about to break through 20 minutes. So we might have a 20 minutes of power, boys, as there's a lot to go on. So we're about to break this at the moment. You may hear a lot of rain. It is pouring rain where I live at the moment. So here we go, 19 minutes left, okay? The final countdown. We need that song playing in the background. So there's still another ballistic launch. Let me have a look on the Telegram as we go. Remember, any questions, just chuck it in the chat. Chuck a like. More missile launches. Sirens are sounding in several areas. So sirens are on. I don't know why at the moment, like if with 20 minutes to go, the IDF shouldn't be saying go in and out of hardened facilities. It should just be in until we see that either stop or not. So it looks like, Jesus, it looks like it's bloody everywhere on this next attack. So the next attack looks on the Red Alerts app from all the way from Haifa to Tel Aviv. So this is what I'm looking at the moment, although I've seen much larger than this. So again, could be a lot. Frank Fortina, you've been a member for 19 months and is a mega willy. So thank you very, very much. Ceasefire means reload in Iran. Well, it may well mean that. We will see if anything's fired after this then stops. Dustin Glenn, Willie, hope you are doing well, brother. How is Dave doing? Dave is doing well, mate. I spoke to him just the other day. Is he back in Australia? No, not yet. Let me know if you're coming to Boston. I'll buy you a coffee. Brother, I would love to have a coffee with you. Sadly, I'm not coming to Boston, but another time. Skirtle, been a long past few hours. What did I miss? Skirtle, you missed ceasefire, people talking of ceasefire, people thinking it was including us, and now we have 17 minutes until Trump's ceasefire. Looks like it will come in, but we have seen multiple, now we're on 4 barrages of missiles from Iran towards Israel, and we're waiting on further confirmation on strikes or interceptions too. Right, sorry, check something on my phone. Right. Trump says around 12 hours later. Yes, but we're just waiting to see, because what Trump posted was just cryptic. Okay, so this Monitor X who does a lot of the information, he might have gone to sleep. Difficult situation is developing in Beersheba. So Beersheba, that strike, the one here, has been designated a mass casualty event. The definition of mass cas means there's more casualties than you have like resources to deal with. So you're having to sort and sieve, triage on the ground. Some are trapped. Many were in their beds sleeping. Horrible, horrible event. Okay. So siren's still going. We don't have any more information as of yet, but if you see something, please let me know and I can share it for you. We'll know in a couple of minutes. Right, what have we got? 15 minutes, guys. 15 minutes. So if we are going to see ceasefire from Iran, okay, big if. If we see it, the next 5 minutes is when they have to fire their missiles, or else they will be in Israel after the ceasefire, and it will then be broken, okay? Do you think that Iran will hold up the ceasefire or not? Post in the chat. Right, still waiting. So people saying no. Okay, let me do a quick poll, guys. Let me do a poll. And then I will do this. Let me bring back to this here. Will quick yes, no on the poll. Get if it's a better idea than just me trying to monitor the chat. Monitoring the chat is about as effective as in the EU with everyone vote and everyone sticks up their hand. Eden's Mind says, Monorex legit posted he was finally going to sleep after the ceasefire was confirmed on other social. Poor guy. Yeah. So a lot of the people who have been then monitoring this situation for days and days, weeks, they thought it had come into effect and they've all logged off. And I think AMK and Monitor X is the same. And they're probably asleep catching up, and this has just occurred. This is why you need, what I've got is I've got people who are in different time zones. I've got someone in France and Germany and the US, and someone in the Middle East too, who ring me if things are going down, ring me and wake me up straight away if it's important, so I can go on. Red alerts, Tel Aviv. Okay, so Tel Aviv is about to be under attack again. So we will see. Most people, 62% are saying no at the moment. Just wait. And Alan M, thank you, brother, for being here. It says, behold, there is but one deity, and his name's Willie. He is ordained flame, baptized in holy radiation, Christianed by the sacred bullpop. The chosen, the anointed, the eternal Willie, tremble and rejoice, for Willie walks among us. Thank you, Alan M, mate, for your fantastic donation. Remember, guys, you do not have to donate at all. I get ads on the videos, whatever, but if you want to, the PayPal link at the top is the best because it doesn't take a cut like YouTube does, but thank you very much. But also, I can't monitor every chat at once either, but I will do every super. Each red dot represents he's saying a predator, and many people say very similar comments beneath these. So there are footage of incoming into Tel Aviv currently. Let's see if we can find this online at the moment. No. Now, guys, we have over 4,000 viewers, but 2,000 likes. Remember, just hit like, jump in the chat, push us back up that algo. Right, importantly, guys, we have 12 minutes to go. 12 minutes to go until ceasefire for Iran is meant to come into effect. Now, 64% of people think it's not going to, but we will see. Michael Fieldman says, Willie, I've been a US soldier deployed to Afghan in 2002. I want to thank you for your humanity. I don't want to see US troops dying by drone. I don't want to see anyone dying by drone, brother. Thank you for your service, mate, and thank you very much for the kind words. I really do appreciate that. 12 minutes till the ceasefire takes effect. If everyone gets the right time this time. Hey, everyone got it wrong. Not everyone got it wrong. We thought it started earlier. So it will be, if Iran is going to fire more missiles, they would have to fire now because otherwise they won't make it there in time. Okay? If they are going to, they have to go now. Of course, I don't want to see more go, but I also want to see the ceasefire come into effect. Right, I'm just trying to refresh everything, seeing what we get. No. Right. So Agneskia Katza, thank you very much. The PayPal says, for the coffees in the USA, let's hope the coffee in the US is all right. I wasn't impressed last time. Goat, thank you, says, been watching you since you did a podcast with Pestilli. Pestilli, one of my closest mates. Really appreciate your work. Thank you very much. That was years and years, probably 5-6 years ago. Thank you, brother. Posmo says, I think Iran stops, but Israel attacks within 48 hours. Thank you, Posmo. I guess we'll see. Shrimp says, I hope you feel better from the chemo, mate. Chemo is tiring me out. You can see it a little bit, but don't worry. We will push through. Shiobra says they're referring to theological ceasefire. What did ceasefire mean in the gospel? I guess, mate. Thank you. And Michael says, I leave the cafe for a bike ride, then the ceasefire started earlier, now we're back shooting. Yeah, Michael, I did the same. I went for a shower and to wake up and came back and there's shooting going on. So we will see. We will see. Just wait, I have to look something on my phone. Right, what is happening on this? Right, we are now under 10 minutes, guys. 9 minutes until this is meant to come into play. Someone says, found your channel tonight. Who was that? Daniel. G'day, Daniel. I hope that you are well. You're now in the Willy Club. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Remember, if you haven't subscribed or haven't liked, do that now. You've got opportunity. I'm giving you a 9-minute countdown timer until I then fire upon you guys if you don't. Let's see what Ozin is saying. Let's see if there has been any attacks from that fourth wave. No, nothing yet that is being confirmed. Again, many accounts that track this, guys, have gone to bed and are missing this. Gordy Mate says, just got on. Does Israel want a ceasefire? Well, apparently, according to Trump, according to this brother, Trump says that they both came to him simultaneously. They want peace and they want ceasefire. So, I don't know. I don't think... Israel has not met its objectives. I think it's unlikely. That's why there's so much talk about the Ayatollah's dead, because without him dead, the objectives that Israel set has not been met. So we'll see. Do you think the Ayatollah's dead? Eden's Mind, thank you. Eden's Mind has become our top level membership tier. Thank you, brother. The top level membership tier, of course. The memberships go Little Willy, Average Willy, Mega Willy, but Eden's Mind has become a stop. It's too big. So thank you very, very much. And Tongue Twister says this channel is trash. Tongue Twister, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I banged your mum. I didn't know that you didn't want another father-in-law, and goodbye. Anyway, here we go. And we are back on. We are still waiting on what is going to take place about these strikes. I like the video. He says, you pigeons. Right, let's have a look. Now, reports are that a woman is seriously injured by shrapnel from an intercepted missile. Remember, anything intercepted, you still got massive amounts of shrapnel and steel. Right, okay, launches, who's saying this? Apparently, there's just been a launch towards Haifa. Fifth wave, okay, fifth wave, red alert on X. Shit, I haven't got this up. Wait, let me bring this up. We have 7 minutes exactly. 7 minutes exactly. We're coming absolutely down to the line. Right, guys, here we go. We said it takes around 6 minutes for these missiles to arrive from Iran. So this is the fifth wave today. Thank you, Steve, who's behind the scenes helping me with some stuff. New Israeli defense. This is in the Haifa region. There are now alerts 1 minute ago. But if we go to this, we have 6 minutes left. 6 minutes until the ceasefire does come into play. So 6 minutes, and it's going to take these literally that long to get there. So it may be the end. Again, let me speculate on something. Could we see, if Iran has any of their much higher end systems that we have not seen yet used, could it be that? Could it be a last hurrah strike? Again, I don't know. Posmo says Iran being cheeky. They are being very, very cheeky, brother. Right, so, guys, we are countdown timering 5 minutes. Red alerts coming in. Right. Scones, says Command Willie. It's been a juicy evening. I see. Always the best, mate. Thank you very much. I don't want juicy evenings. I want quiet evenings. Thank you for your donation as well. As Jason says, appreciate ya. It is a mad world and we need cats like you. Thank you, mate. I try and be as objective and as human as possible. Right. More missiles coming in. We have 4 minutes to countdown, basically. Well, 4 minutes is the countdown until... I don't know. Until it's meant to end. What those... I tell you, those missiles are going to be... right on that 0 time, like right on 0 time is when those missiles are going to be in Israeli airspace. So if we see a sixth, if we see a sixth strike, a sixth launch, they will be there late after the ceasefire. But wait and see. Wait and see. So this is what we're looking at around the Haifa region, that there is strikes 3 minutes to go. We're about to find out. We're about to find out if the ceasefire is legit or not. I'm certain Iran timing Israel saying all clear. Maybe. They may be timing it. They might be timing it as well. If it is their last strike, there is chances if they've got any larger stuff or more higher tech stuff that will now be used. Yeah, I think it's a very dangerous time right now. Absolutely very. So we're doing our best, guys, to monitor everything, and I will bring you, updates as soon as we get it too. So Homefront Command, 5th ballistic has been launched. 7 minutes to go. Yeah, so this is what we're talking about. That 5th missile was 7 minutes. So Trump posted again about this. We'll do that in a sec. I'm more interested to see if these actually arrive or not on time. Right. Let's bring this up. 2 minutes. Willie says, "Oh, Willie, they fired out there fire, holy light, adorned by fate, baptized by bomb and flame. The laughter shakes the stars with mad delight. Though bull pops air, exalted is thy name. All hail one true God, Lulu, be thy flame." Thank you, Alan, for your preaching. I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation, as well as Eden's Mind. This is the best case scenario for Iran, to be honest. They look stupid for the attack on Qatar. This is the very least respectable shimming it ends. The best case, I think, for Iran is they stop and do... If they stop and the ceasefire goes in place, I still believe overall Iran is walking away in a lot better case than it could be. So we still have these warnings. Ghost Hybrid says, "It seems a little premature to vigorously pat ourselves on the back for a ceasefire deal." No, yes, it does. Shouldn't we save the champagne for after it goes into effect and holds? Yes, mate, I agreed, but Trump's not that sort of guy. The Aviator says, "Good day, legend. I hope your chemo goes smooth and successful." Thank you, mate. G'day, everybody. As well as Steph Smith says, "Did Trump say approximately 6 hours?" No, he said 6 hours, which we have 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. We'll keep this up. As says, "Do you think it's possible that the war continues? The US might try and strike nuclear facilities again?" Yes, if it continues, I think we'll see more strikes on those facilities, as well as Brendan White. Thank you on the PayPal. Sirens are going currently in Israel. So there are sirens going. Wait. Red alert, Haifa, 1 minute. Okay, so we're about to go under a minute. Union or league, mate. I'm not that much into rugby, but probably league. Okay, sirens in northern Haifa. Search and rescue going on in Beersheba. We now have the countdown of 50 seconds, guys. I actually believe it may have come into effect. Some are saying 15 seconds. Again, this wasn't as accurate as it could have been, guys. Thank you for the 4,700 people who are here who are watching this countdown. As we have alarms in Haifa, we have Iranian missiles going into Israel right now, absolutely counting down to the absolute last minute. Will we see an 8th wave of attack and breaking the ceasefire? We're about to find out. Now, legends, if you want to help me, there's 4,700 of you. Just hit like. We're at 2,400 likes. We have 2,500 more viewers than likes. Just hit the thumbs up. Move us up the algorithm to try and have an honest, objective, nuanced view of what is actually going on. That is my alarm. You may have heard then ding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. Ceasefire ceasefire is meant to be in effect. Gordy, mate, I'm excited to see you all got us pumped, man. Thank you, Gordy, brother, as well as Grok. Test the war end in 24 hours with a conference in Istanbul. The US will agree to dismantle Israel in exchange for favourable terms concerning the petrodollar. That is not going to happen, Grok. Many would like that, but I don't think it is. Right, everyone, I think, counted down with us. Have those missiles been intercepted? Alleged ceasefire has gone into effect. Okay, I need a post on the Telegram, guys, and just say that this has gone into effect. Right. Right, Trump's 6 hours till ceasefire just ended. Let's see if it can hold. What do we think? Do we think it is going to hold or not? Personally, not a betting man, but if it was, I would say I don't think it will. Let's see what is being said, and I believe we will see Trump say something very soon. So ceasefire time given should now be in effect for both states. So I'm just watching something on my phone. Right, what do we think? Yes, no, ceasefire. Thank you, guys. We just ticked over 5,000 viewers. I really do appreciate that. So let's end the poll. As the ceasefire has allegedly begun, let's stop the poll. Right, so for the 2,000 voters, will ceasefire start? No, 64%. Yes, 35%. So there's a majority saying that no, it will not begin. So, guys, we have double the viewers to likes. Remember, if you're in the thing, if you're in the chat, hit like. It helps us out massively. And let's continue growing the stream. Right. So, we're still waiting on those strikes, seeing if they were intercepted or they have struck. Shirana says Israel will break within 12 hours. Again, we will wait and see if Iran or Israel break. If Iran fires anything now, they just had, remember, with 7 minutes to go, they fired a wave of missiles. Anything fired now by Iran is breaking ceasefire. So wait on that. I will scroll through. I will see. We'll also see if Trump posts anything to give us an idea. If someone could just let me know the time it is in America right now, see if Trump's out of bed. I'm sure he will be, to try and monitor what exactly his ceasefire has then begun. Trump's ceasefire is supposed to be in place now, 7 a.m. Israel time. So again, we will see. Right, what am I hearing? Okay, no, sorry, that was on another older message. Right, 10 p.m. Okay, Trump will be watching this right now. I tell ya, Iran fired those absolutely at the last minute. Like, they were in the air as it was ending. They did not learn with Kellogg that ceasefires don't work, Trump ceasefires don't work. Well, we don't know yet. We will see. But we're about to find out in probably the next minutes if it does or not. Is Iranian proxies included in the ceasefire or deniability? Brother, we don't know. But this is the thing. Countries love plausible deniability. So if a proxy fires something, Iran could turn and go, that wasn't us. So we will see. Did the missiles hit anything at this point in time? We are unsure. We are unsure. Wait, I'm still trying to see. There's still massive rescue in Beersheba. Paulie L, thank you for the donation, says click like if you like boobs. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see if there was any impact from those most recent. Okay, it is in effect. Let's see what Trump says. Why are these older? 14 minutes ago. We couldn't have made today's deal without the talent and courage of the two B-2 pilots. All these associated with the operation. Certain ironic way, that perfect hit late in the evening brought everyone together. The deal was made. So Trump still patting himself on the back, but let's see if this actually does work or not. Well, Home Front Command, 43 seconds ago, IDF has said civilians can now leave their shelters following the 5th barrage of missiles. So IDF is saying that people can now leave their shelters, which does align with the ceasefire. So I guess we will see, guys. Maybe it is holding. Post in the chat, do you think it'll hold or not? Right. Okay. I need to just stop my timer. Sorry, it was going to go off again. People are saying no. Yes, we have no idea. But yeah, keep letting me know. Ballistic. No, sorry, that's older post. Okay, AMK mapping. I think good morning. I think he just woke up. So people saying now Israel claim they have 12 hours to attack Iran after the ceasefire, but Iranian FM said any attack will result in more attacks. Yeah. So remember that whole thing around like Iran's. It starts now, but then there's like 12 hours following. So we don't know, but Iranian foreign minister said if Israel do any attacks, then they will strike back. Hey Ratsik said, if you like Australia, cheers from Croatia. G'day, mate. I hope that you are having a great day. Alan M says the most effective cure for chemo brain fog is super chat donations, of course. Thank you, Alan. Alan is our top donor, I believe, today. Again, you do not have to. A ceasefire has started on Iran's part. So ceasefire on Iran's part has started, but there's still 12 hours where it seems like Israel can strike, which doesn't make sense. Like, isn't that the whole point of a ceasefire? So, again, we will see. Kind of crazy the IDF released shelter in place right after a massacre. I agree, Dead Machine, with half an hour left until the ceasefire, just remain in shelters. Just keep the sirens on, remain in shelters, okay? No missiles are recorded in airspace at the moment. Max Nikolenko says, damn, those politicians, I voted for Trump to get rich from my crypto investments. Instead, the opposite has happened. I don't know what's going on with crypto. I don't know if it's down or up. I don't watch it at all. If more come from proxy groups to deny responsibility, yes. If more come, it'll be from proxy groups and they'll be able to have plausible deniability there. And that's why you use proxies. And Mujahideen, I don't know, never heard of her. So people are saying it should be in effect for both states right now. So again, the Iranian foreign minister has said that if Israel attack, they will attack back. So let's see if it'll hold, or there'll be another one fired for the road, I guess. So we will see. We've got pretty hectic there for a bit. Wait and see if everything goes. Poll on who will strike first. Okay, let's do that. Actually, let's. That's a good poll. People saying it won't hold for an hour. Let me know how long you believe this will hold for. Mike Dolan says, kick a buck. Thank you, Mike Dolan. Appreciate that, brother. Right, I started a new poll. Go and vote in that, legends. About if the ceasefire breaks, who will it be first? Right. So most people are saying Israel again. We will wait and see. Of course, the odds of a false flag right now have gone up exponentially. Right. Let's see if Trump's truth.com has then posted anything. Surely he'll do a post as of time of ceasefire. He'll want to capitalize on this as much as possible after some very unpopular decisions recently. So let's wait. I need to look at something. Right. So according to the wording of the ceasefire, Israel has an additional 12 hours that it can tack, as the ceasefire doesn't go into place till 7 p.m. in Israeli time. Iran, however, must begin abiding by the ceasefire. That being said, the Iranians are threatening to respond. Yeah, that's bullshit condition. That is bullshit condition, that it doesn't end at one time for everyone. And I think that it is fair enough that you say if you're going to tie our hands to 12 hours, if you fire at us, we'll fire back. So again, we will see. We will wait and see. Right. I've broken something. Someone saying there's another wave. I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue. Any update on the Atollah? No leader. No update on the leader at this point in time, guys. No update. Right, let me have a bit of a look. So people, 62% are saying that it'll be, if it does, it'll be Israel that break the ceasefire. I don't know. Do we think that Israel will then do anything in this next 12 hours? Oh, shit. IDF says detected the 6th wave of ballistic missiles. Sirens are on in central Israel. If that's true, okay, ceasefire's broken. New launches, red alert, right. Ceasefire has just been broken. So how long was that? A minute? Fuck. Ceasefire's already done. Okay, speaking of false flag, I think there's a decent chance of seeing Ukraine capture land west of their borders because the West promised to NATO. Ukraine needs to win in a matter so they can left will return to the save the state. There's a decent chance of Ukraine capture land west of their borders. Ukraine's not going to capture any land west of their borders. They'll get smoked by NATO. Right. Okay, I need to change the title. So it appears to me ceasefire's already broken. Let's see the evidence. We'll wait. We will wait. Middle East Spectator, he said 12 minutes until the ceasefire is broken. Jeez, I've lasted longer than 12 minutes before. It's not advice than NATO. They don't have any troops. That's why they need Ukraine. NATO still has a lot of troops. If Ukraine tried to do anything to the west, they're already overextended in the east against Russia. There's not enough power for them to do anything to the west. There's been the opposite. Son of Leviathan. Most people have said if then some countries wanted to take historical grounds like Hungary, could they do it while Ukraine's extended in the east? Right, so I'm so disappointed that this fucking thing is over, man. Right, let's just wait and see if it's actually confirmed. See if we see strikes or anything. So Alan says, how much cash we bring in today? Mate, you've brought in enough cash that no one else needs to donate. Please, it's fine. Dave says the leader is probably dead if they're saying hell with a ceasefire. If Khamenei is dead, maybe that, but maybe that's also reason maybe to have a ceasefire too. Harry Lyon says, why the 12-hour difference between ceasefire conditions between nations? Yeah, it's a stupid change. It's a stupid thing to have, Harry. Why? I don't know. Max Hatco says, who could have ever seen this coming? Yeah, exactly. As well as Podmo says, he quoted the IDF not being honest operators. So, yeah, we need to wait and see if there's actually confirmed that it's broken or not. Son of Love Arthur said, I think you'd be surprised. You're right about Hungary, Poland. I don't know what France or Germany would do. It would be chaos in NATO if there was movement into the West. Right, we are 60 likes away from 3,000, guys. Let's get to it. As we have seen, apparently the ceasefire, according to Israel, has already been then breached. Let's go back to then the red alerts. We have red alerts in northern Israel at the moment, multiple alerts. Okay, it was just one ballistic missile, apparently. So it was one ballistic. Maybe it was a cook-off. I don't know. Maybe benefit of the doubt that it was an accident or a cook-off or what. I don't know. So we'll see if there's any other alerts, guys. Thank you for hitting 3,000 likes. Appreciate that, legends. Really do appreciate that. Not My Name says, we got J-Boys and Wizards right now, but don't forget about the kids in Gaza. Can't get them out of my drunk head, brother. Yeah, mate, the children caught up in there is an absolute horrible, horrible thing. Red alert. Okay. Oh, sorry. So the 6 or 7 waves, guys, that we have seen, it's from Yemen, not Iran. Well, I'll have a look at that, Eden's Mind. Thank you. I'll double check. There's only been 12 missiles upon those waves. The IDF said it was from Iran, I'm very sure. Launched from Iran towards the territory. So the IDF is saying that it's broken. Someone says Israel's Iron Dome made in China, not working too good as now. The Iron Dome was never made for anything. It was never made for anything like ballistics. It's not for that. To be honest, the Israeli air defense has worked very, very well. So maybe some are saying, I've only seen one person say this is from the Houthis. Sirens again. Let's see. Five minutes, 1 minute, more alerts. Iran just decided to adjust the peace terms, so I guess we will see. Don't trust anyone. Yeah, at the moment with things so high, guys, and the incentives here, I'm not trusting anyone. Would be smart not to trust anyone at the moment. Let's see if anything actually does come through. Sorry, I couldn't find the thing. Dino, Aussie says, Puff Diddy and plane load of going for special envoy. Oh my God. Thanks, Dino. As well as Sun Wan Kong, thank you, has said from Avi Yemeni, sixth wave of Iranian ballistic missiles inbound. Meanwhile, Israel is reportedly pounding Tehran. The ceasefire was supposed to begin 7 minutes ago. I haven't seen anything saying that Israel is actually bombing Tehran at the moment. I'm not seeing anything that says that. And the sixth wave was a while back. The sixth wave ended a while back. Thank you, Sun Wu King. But Israel was meant to have 12 hours. So there's a lot of questions being raised over the legitimacy of this ceasefire as well. So let's see. There are alerts. 2 minutes ago, still alerts. It should have been, like, legit. If you're serious about a ceasefire, it should be everyone at this point in time. You can't have a staggered ceasefire because you're going to end up with the Spider-Man meme of everyone pointing at everyone. Okay, that last missile was intercepted, okay? So that last missile that took place after the ceasefire, we believe that has been intercepted. Iran is saying that it launched the last batch before the ceasefire came into effect. So we'll see. We'll see. We may see more attacks going right now. Posmo says, why would Iran agree to a ceasefire 12 hours early in the IDF in the first place? No way they would. No one would. Well, that's why the foreign minister said, well, we'll agree to the ceasefire, but if they do anything, we will respond with action. What would mean it would turn it all around. So sort of tied hands. So, yeah, I don't know, Mr. Posmo. Ghost Hybrid says it could be drones and cruise missiles launching before the ceasefire. Potentially Ghost. Sorry, I'm just trying to type something. So Alan M said, how many dead tonight? Over 100. Oh, mate, Alan, I have no idea. I don't really want to speculate on that, to be honest, but some. Son of Leviathan says NATO relies on image rather than reality. Most NATO countries are in political turmoil, not hard to absorb a nation if their citizens hate their elites. The EU is essentially an empire. Yeah, it's still incredibly powerful, though, militarily. Still very, very military powerful. So things are heating up. It's crazy. It's been the last hour, boys. We've been live for an hour 45. Mental. Now let's just give a quick update on everything. Let's see. Nothing new from Aussie Defender. Let's see if Mr. Trump Big Don has said anything. No, nothing. I'm surprised he hasn't posted yet. Remember, if you see something, guys, that I miss, please let me know in the chat. Okay, Israeli sources told Channel 12 we are now considering how to move forward. Iran is saying the last round was fired before it came into effect. Again, we will see. We will just wait and see. Jose Gomez said, could this be a fake ceasefire to lower Iran's guard? It could be, but it also, the ceasefire, as far as suppression from ceasefire, I think it would lower Israel's guard more. Because the reason Israel's having so much success in Iran is complete suppression and destruction of any launches or any air defense. So if those planes get out of the sky, it'll benefit the reloading or capacity of those systems more than it would Israel. Can you ask Grok 2 questions? 1, how many ceasefires has Israel broken? 2, how many ceasefires has Iran broken? Number only. Okay, well, I'm not going to ask Grok. I don't ever use Grok, but let me actually, I'll ask ChatGPT, see if that'll spit back an answer. Thank you for your donation, brother. Let me have a look at this. Just 1 second, guys. Right, so let me copy and paste your question into an AI because you asked me to. Right, your answer is there's no documented... So the question was, how many ceasefires has Israel broken? How many has Iran broken? From ChatGPT, quoting 3 sources, Israel 265, Iran 1. That is what ChatGPT says is the answer to the question, which may influence the polling up above. So, yeah, of those 12 missiles in the 6 or 7 waves, there was only 1 that actually got through. Son of Leviathan says, I see World War III starting in Europe and having a cascade effect around the world. Well, yeah, World Wars always start in Europe, Dave. I also think US will sit out of the next World War. No way. And reindustrialize. People forget China. If China collapses, we're screwed. The US will not sit out. No way. Right. Roger says context matter and sources matter. Yeah, absolutely. But I was just, that was what I was asked. Right, let's see any of these pages. Oh, I feel sorry for these pages, man, that logged off. They logged off when they thought the ceasefire was in effect and it was holding. And now, yeah, they missed maybe the biggest part of this entire conflict. Shit. Maybe, unless it starts again. Okay, Trump, I'm very surprised Trump hasn't started boasting on his thing yet. Iranian media, they're claiming the ceasefire is now in effect. Israel has announced the closure of its airspace until further notice. How's oil reacted? Yep. It's like this. How much money can we make on oil? Okay, oil is overall up, but down from its peak at 78. Close. So, yeah. Big day, boys and girls. We'll be monitoring, seeing if any red alerts pop up, seeing what else goes down. I'm going to jump on Telegram, follow more of the... Well, not follow. I'm just going to have a look through the updates on any of those. So, yeah, Iran, they are saying that the last missile was fired before the end. Okay, I'm just going to post a poll in the... sorry. Zenvox says, wait, when did Israel accept a ceasefire? Well, from all the pages we're seeing, it looks like Israel has worked with America for a ceasefire as well. And that Netanyahu has agreed. South Pod says it's also exhausting. It is very exhausting, mate. It is very, very exhausting. Trump said that they've agreed, yes. So surely we're going to get a Trump update. There's no way he's going to let this just go. Someone said take a break, it's in effect. Well, I guess we'll wait and see, hey? Studio Raynar says, all I hope is that we don't end up justifying carpet bombing of Iran. We have a history of thinking that works. Yeah, that doesn't work. So I guess we will wait and see. We will wait and we will see. Sorry, I'm just monitoring some other stuff, guys. Willie, if the ceasefire is successful, who won the war, the conflict? My view is Iran won because the government survived. Militarily, of course, Israel's won, but politically, I believe Iran won. And like I said, as long as the Iranian regime survives, that is a win. I've said that from the start. Israel needed to have a complete victory. And if Iran just survived, that's how I'd see it. Nimac said, if the war truly ends today, Israel got mud on its face. Oh, sorry, I got to reply to a text. Right. Sorry, just going through some stuff. Iran hasn't fired a gun since Iraq. It's not a fair ceasefire comparison. Thanks, Alan M. Right, so let's refresh. Let's look at what Trump has said. Whenever flights open up, I'm going to go check Iran out. Seems like a very interesting place. Incredibly interesting and unbelievable history there, bro. I'd love to go to Iran as well. I'd love to visit many, many places. Sadly, I don't think I can go to a lot of places, but yeah, I'd like to travel to many, many places. So we haven't had any more strikes, red alert, nothing on red alert. So we're really 50-50 on who's going to break the ceasefire according to the poll. Wow. God, that was hectic. Near the end there was absolutely crazy. Right. Guys, honestly, thank you guys for being here. And, we're realistically looking at history unfolding live and what will happen from here. Shio Rayner says, you can like a place without liking the government. Absolutely, man. There's nothing wrong with liking a place without liking their government. Right. Someone says, what is TDS? TDS is Trump derangement syndrome. So regardless of what Trump does, that it's a bad thing. So, you know, Trump derangement syndrome we see all the time. Even if something is good, people will go against it. So like say like Trump could cure cancer and you'd have a whole bunch of people going, yeah, he's an idiot though. He's the cause of cancer. People accuse me of Trump derangement syndrome, which I think is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Thinking that I have Trump derangement syndrome is Trump derangement syndrome actually in itself. Very, very funnily. Right, wait a sec. I'm just reloading everything, guys. See if we get anything that is new then coming through. I'm on my phone too. Excuse me when I'm looking down. I hope people don't think that I'm one of those people that sits on their phone during stuff. I absolutely do not. I hate people that do that. When people do it to me, does my fucking head in. Israel's airspace is closed. Yep, we see this. Israel closes airspace until further notice. So Shirena again has said Trump is the kind of idiot of the year. We desperately need an age cap to run. Same situation Biden, but harder. Mate, we will see. Trump, as I said, he's either going to be a genius or an idiot at the end. But we'll judge him at the end of his term. Alan says you can't fairly compare all ceasefire violations when Iran's only been involved in 2 major wars. Any analysis has to be adjusted for actual engagements. Yes, you need to go one by one. I agree. So I will say too, it would be a large optical loss, even if. Okay, so AMK mapping, says Iranian ballistic missile movements have been recorded. Again, take that as you will. If Israel does fire anything out, even if Trump would be okay with it, it would be a very bad look. Leon says, are you worried about World War III starting? Yes, absolutely. I think we are closer than we have ever been. Of course, I didn't grow up during the Cold War, but I think we're closer to World War III with major states now than we ever were in the Cold War too. Iranian state-run media, ceasefire in effect. We know the airspace is closed. So just wait. Someone say we're already in World War III. I don't think we're in World War III, but I believe we are in Cold War II. And just like the Cold War, there will still be a winner and loser. Right, sorry, just monitoring a lot of everything. I wonder what like Dave Smith and them are thinking, and Douglas and them about this right now. Studio Rana says the Cold War has been bombers versus everyone. Boomers versus everyone. The boomers won. Leave it, boomers to start a nuclear war in the 90s. Yeah, thanks, Studio. As well as Posmo said, no one gets 60 plus view to like ratio. Be thankful. Okay, I'm not a live streamer, so I don't know, but I am thankful. I don't want people to think that I'm not thankful. My God. How can it be World War III when allies, I didn't say it was World War III, I said it was Cold War II, have shown no inclination to join the conflict? It's not that it's because there's separate conflicts involving major powers. You've got this war, which America is involved, so yes, major power. You've got Russia involved in Ukraine. Ukraine's backed by NATO. And then you've got a lot of saber rattling around there in the Indo-Pacific region as well. So, yeah. Is it raining at mine? No, it's not raining at mine currently, but it was absolutely pissing down before. So I'm just trying to monitor if there's anything else. That radar hit this morning in Iraq tends to be apparently the CRAM radar. Prime time for China to take Taiwan right now, and probably not. Probably in a couple of years. Superman said we need Frank Drebin to sort things out. So people saying Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has not announced ceasefire and has not commented on it. So wait out on that. Still rescue operations going on in Beersheba as well, as you can see via the back photo here. So yeah, if there's the ceasefire, it seems to be there, but again, we're never truly sure. We will wait and see. Thank you, everyone, for 4,300 people being here. Really appreciate that. Puffy on. I think Iran may have learned a lot from this conflict, and that's also a win for Iran. I think China's probably learned a lot from this too. Any comments on Trump's rant towards Medvedev? Yeah, we spoke about that before, just about around Medvedev's comments around nuclear weapons. But at the end of the day, there's words versus legitimate strikes upon nuclear facilities as well, if that makes sense. So residents in north of Israel can leave protected areas, but have to remain near them. Alan M. has said the US wanted to waited until major powers were exhausted before entering World War II. China might have a similar approach. I'm saving up for eyelid surgery so I can apply for Chinese citizenship. Again, we may see that, and we have spoken about the danger of the extension in Europe and in the Middle East being prime for China to potentially have some level of a strike somewhere else. There's absolutely a timeline when that happens. Posmo said, Willie wasn't giving you crap, man. I didn't think you knew how good that like ratio was. From what I've seen, it's fantastic. Well done. Oh, thank you, Posmo. Yeah, mate, I don't know what is a good like ratio or not on something like this, so thank you very much. Jackie Stone says, if you base this female elite theory, then the West female elites want to destroy Iranian women because they're competition. I don't expect any logical rationale with this war. I haven't actually heard or read into that theory at all, but thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. Joey Dunn, welcome to becoming a mini Willy member. Orange Man speaks alone. We want to see what Trump's comments actually are. That's what I'm most interested to know. Bud, g'day, Bud. Hope you well. I have a theory that Iran has nukes, and after the US strikes, they disclosed that to both the US and Israel, which led to the ceasefire as a saving face strike in Qatar. That's a fucking good theory, Bud. That is legitimately a good theory, that after the US has struck, then Iran has then sent, Snapchat to Trump and gone, hey, we actually do have this weapon system. And that's maybe why it's been a very quick. Nigel Travers, thank you for the donation, says update. Basically, mate, that the ceasefire is in, tends to be holding for now. Jackie Stone, it's elite theory, but applied to how women view threats. Is an elite theory failed my stream? I don't know, Jack. Thank you, Oberon. I really appreciate that, bro. Right, still waiting to see if there's anything else coming up, boys. No, it doesn't look like it at this point in time. Willie, I love you, my brother. Thank you very, very much, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate everyone being here too. It's been unbelievable the last couple of days. Right. Thanks for all the donations too, dudes. I know I always say you don't have to do it. Don't feel any pressure to do it. Of course, I massively appreciate it, but I do really, really appreciate that. But you don't need to. But it does help, especially on chemo when I'm going to be having some time off, and I'm going to have some time off in the future soon. So I will live stream. If things go up and down, boys, I will endeavour to live stream as soon as I can. After Israel got, no one name, thank you. Says after Israel got them in the 50s, kind of figure they all have nukes. Some Boy Scout in America built a reactor in his garage in the 70s. It is interesting that a country like North Korea can have nuclear weapons, but not Iran. Like the effort put into it, it's surprising how long it's taken. But there's also been a lot of disruption to that by like Israeli intelligence and the like too. Right. Thank you from Waltz Electronics on the PayPal. You're a legend, brother. Thank you very much. Right. Thank you for the 4,000 people that are still here. Thank you guys very, very much. Someone said hydrate. I'm going to listen to you. Someone says, do you feel clean with a buzz cut? Yes, absolutely I do. Absolutely I do. So, yeah, let me know in the chat. Do you think there's a reality that Iran actually does have a nuclear weapon? Let me end the poll. 52% of people think Israel will break it. 48% think Iran will break it. So, Smack, thank you for becoming a Mega Willy member. So Ethan says, all I know is that if the US puts boots on the ground for Iraq 2.0, I'm renouncing my citizenship. It'll be evil empire by then. Thank you, Ethan. A lot of people will be very, very unhappy. Oh my God, I've got hiccups. Very unhappy if the US ever put boots on the ground in the Middle East again without a very, very good reason. Right. All clear. So IDF has said all clear, guys. Right, oil's not moving. Let me check in the updates pages. So it is midnight in... Okay, so one of my friends has said it's 0053 in DC. I don't think we're going to hear from Trump until tomorrow. Okay, so we'll hear from Trump probably tomorrow then. That makes sense. How much damage has actually been done to Tel Aviv? Realistically, not that much. So yeah, we're not going to hear from Trump tonight. So from Axios, Iran fired at least 6 missile barrages at Israel, but smaller ones. There's only 12 all up. Minutes before the ceasefire was taking effect, multiple casualties have been reported. Right. Right, I'm just trying to find something. I saw something and then I lost it. Right. People are preaching about Trump. Yeah, Iran's parliament has approved a plan to end cooperation with the IAEA. It's a problem, and it's always byproducts of things like this. Right. Legends. Alan M, would you consider converting to Judaism if it meant ending the war immediately? I don't think I can convert like that. I don't think it's that easy, is it? As well, Michael Stepler, best reporting. Thanks, man. Michael, thank you very, very much. Legends, I have something that I've delayed today that I need to go and do. I've got a meeting. I hope, I don't want to leave when it's still a large stream. Apologies. I could just leave it up, I guess. But Legends, thank you very much. Thank you for all being here. If there's anything else, any final supers, any final PayPals, any final messages, please chuck it through right now and I'll do it. Otherwise, I need to go. I'll have a bit of a break, but I'll monitor the situation. If things go off, I will then say, should I just leave it up or not? What do you think? Would you trust us with that supervision? No, I'll go off. Right. Any last bits and pieces, and then I'll come back, boys. Leave it up. Why not? Because then I'm calling it here, and I'll come back. Thank you, 20-second Nomad, for the love. Appreciate that very, very much. It's against YouTube rules. Okay, fair enough. Right. Legends, thank you, everyone, for being here. Thanks for all the support. As always, I have no idea how much I do actually really, really appreciate it. It really takes a load off my shoulders. So if anything occurs, I'll be back as soon as possible. Grok, you can convert by learning the right words, traditions, and claiming Jewish, but the burden of proof is on others. Okay, so the burden of proof, I don't think I'm ever going to pass that. And Christopher Hagues is 666.6 thousand followers. Okay, thank you. Anyway, gentlemen, unless there's anything else, forever hold your peace. No, look, I think there's good odds I'll be back very soon with a breach of the ceasefire. I think there's high odds of that. Anyway, righto, Legends, you have a fantastic day. And